Dear listener, please note that a pre-recorded session will be uploaded on Spotify at the end of the live session. No live calls and interactions will be available on Spotify. The Magician.
In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the lush greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is yet another Wednesday, and am I so happy to be here because I will tell you why. It is spring, it is the month and the quarter and the season to be joyous, to be colorful, to enjoy life, now enjoyment. So ladies and gentlemen, firstly, I just want to say thank you for those who have been constantly following us. And for those who've joined us along the way, I want to say a big shout out to you. We are because of you. This is the one and only magician, Tony Tone, the boy with a lot of flair, a classic man. Utlagi Reta Yang. You know, every time it comes to Wednesday, I get so excited. Even when I wake up at 5 a.m., I'm like, yo, can it be 6 p.m. already? Because I miss you guys, and I just want to share what has transpired over the past couple of days and also what will be happening in the near future. But for the most, I'm excited to actually engage with our guests in the studio. And today, guys, you're going to have fun. I'm telling you, you're going to have fun because my guest decided, you know what, I'm going to join and come through 10 minutes before the show because I really want to share my experience around golf. So for those who've only joined today, this is how it works. Tony Tone comes in, introduces himself, thanks you for supporting us, and then afterwards, we go for a 2-minute break because, guys, it is scorching hot in Pretoria. I don't know where you are in the country. For those who are in the KZN and the Maritzburg area, more specifically, I understand it's extremely cold there, so please keep warm. Do not catch a flu now because in the next couple of days, the snow would have melted. For those around the Lesotho area, the Qwaqwa area, please also keep warm. But nonetheless, let's just do what we have to do and get ourselves those extremely cold glasses if you are within the inland of South Africa, and make sure that you cool up. I hope everyone has gone back to gym and everyone is eating healthy. Everyone is back on the fairways and doing that thing. So let's take that 2-minute break. When I come back, I will be introducing my guest. He is, guys, you don't know, he's so hyped up to join us today, and I am extremely hyped up to have a conversation with him. So let's go for those 2 minutes, and then when we come back, we are getting right into it.
In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the lush greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
Invisible Inc. Consulting, your gateway to financial success. We specialize in providing the best solutions to manage your finance and accounting, ensuring a better life for you and your business. Our expert team offers top-notch accounting and tax consulting services tailored to various industries, including but not limited to engineering, medical practitioners, in construction, non-profits, events management, attorneys and financial services. Experience the power of our best analytics, backed by a commitment to our clients and a high level of knowledge. At Invisible Inc. Consulting, we strive to deliver the best service you can get, making your financial journey seamless and rewarding. Choose Invisible Inc. Consulting for a brighter financial future. Your success our priority. Please visit us at www.invisibleinc.co.za to reach us. www.invisibleinc.co.za.
The Magician.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for staying tuned. As you know, it's the one and only magician, Tony Tone by the name. And man, I will repeat this. I'm always excited on a Wednesday because, as you know, on my show, the weekend starts today. So for those who are working on Thursday and Friday, please stick to the show, listen up until the end, and I will tell you a few tips on how to ensure that you're also starting your weekend early, which is Wednesday, because you know why? Friday is too close to Monday, and Monday is still far from Friday, so I want you to be in between. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I promised you, today's show is going to be heated. I hope you've got that cold glass of water because my guest is waiting. Have you ever seen when people go into the boxing ring, they start announcing the first contender and then the second one? So my guest for today has been waiting in his corner to say, listen, I can't wait for this match to begin. So, ladies and gentlemen, please help me in welcoming Mr. Kamohelo Rabulele. Mr. Rabulele.
How are you, my brother?
I can't complain, sir. How are you today?
Thank you. I'm very thank you. I think correct you. It's
Rabulele, ne?
You sorted it. It's Rabulele.
Oh, Rabulele.
You sorted it. You sorted
My apologies in that.
You found yourself extra my brother.
No, my sincere apologies about that, sir.
Better drink the next time we meet each other on the 19th.
Hey, Munna. But I would really love to sit with you and have a chat with you on the 19th because already I've butchered your surname and I feel so guilty. I think with that being said, it would only be great for you to please reintroduce yourself properly, explain to our audience exactly who Kamohelo Rabulele is and what's happening in your space.
Thanks. Firstly, thank you for the invite, Tony Tone, and thank you to your listeners for giving me the chance. By the name says Kamohelo Rabulele. You can call me Q. I'm known by Q a lot along the fairway, and those that know me in my personal life call me Q.
Mm-hmm.
I am a business development professional, having operated, I guess, the last over a decade or so in the sub-Saharan Africa business development in the management consulting space.
Mm-hmm.
In my spare time, I am an avid social golfer.
Mm-hmm.
That's about me.
Hello? Yes, I could.
You still here? I said that's a little bit of me. I'm an avid golfer in my spare time.
100%. No, thank you so much, Ntate, for introducing yourself. And I believe that our guests are dying to understand what's happening with your golf because I believe that, hey, you're playing off hectic handicaps, man.
I will, my brother. You know, me, I'm a lucky bucket golf. If you know what a lucky, you never know the kind you're going to get on the day. So my handicap is definitely a little bit above average. You know, a golfer goes the other way. So it depends on how you look at it.
Yeah.
I believe an average golfer in South Africa is sitting somewhere around 16 handicap. I'm a 14, 13. I've been over for the last year. So I try.
Can you hear me there, Q?
Yeah, I can. Fine. I can hear you perfectly fine.
All right, no, I just kept on losing you there. So you consider yourself an average handicap, but with your experience, we can't say you're average. I believe you've been in the course for years now, man.
I will not embarrass anyone. If you take me to the course, I will not embarrass you.
I think that's the best way to put it, eh? That's the best way to put it.
That's the
Yeah. Now, Q. Looking at our topic today, right? It's very, I don't know. It's very vague to say we're mastering the classics and the simplicity of golf fundamentals. For you as someone who has been playing, what would you say are the major basics and fundamentals of getting into the game and obviously starting to play competitively?
I guess the basics, first things first, people often come to me and say, I want to play golf. Can I join your golf club? The first question I ask them, do you have a golf club? Do you have a golf bag? Do you have clubs? So first and foremost, get yourself a bag of clubs. And golf is the closest metaphor you'll get to life. It's the scores that count. It's not just the score that counts. It's what you learn along the way. Golf requires you to set some goals. It checks onto your interpersonal skills, your self-management skills. It's about making goals a reality. It's about going for the thing that you really and to conflict resolution things in your golf.
I like the fact that you said it's like, metaphorically speaking, it's the closest thing to life. Because I often hear people saying that since they started playing golf, a lot of changes have taken place. And when I'm talking changes, I'm talking about personal changes. It's highly rare to see someone doing a proper self-introspection, like just sitting and going through who you are alone in your space. But a lot of people would say, no. In order for me to see myself or my ideal self, I always spend time in the golf course, and then I get to learn more about myself when I'm playing on the golf course. I don't know if that resonates with you.
100% resonates with me. I can't remember whose quote it was that I read some time back that said something along the lines of, golf is the closest game to the game we call life. You get good breaks from bad shots and you get bad breaks from good shots. It's about how you recover from there. You have to still play the ball as it lies. So it definitely resonates with me.
100%. And I mean, in your space, professionally, if you were to pick the key three things that you learned from golf and implemented in your professional space, what would you say those key things are?
So let me give it to you like this, right? So like I said in the beginning, I'm in the business development space, and if you're in the business development space, you'll know that it's got a lot to do with sales. It's a lot to do with marketing, with being able to link things, and you get hunters and farmers and business development, and the hunters, the guys and hunt for business, are better at hunting for business, and there's guys that are out there that are better at managing and that they've been able to build with those clients. So for me, I am very much, I'd like to believe, a good blend of two. I know how to hunt well, and I know how to farm well. I'm a very aggressive golfer. If you meet anyone that's ever played with me, they know guys will say, no, I'm punching out to the fairway, what?
Yeah.
I need to play an iron off this tee box because the fairway is narrow. I don't play like that, my man.
You go for the
flag
goal.
and the flag is... I'm going to that pole at all times. I'm going for the flag. But what golf requires you is you need to know how far that pole is. And when you get closer to that pole, you've got to be able to know that I cannot apply the same amount of aggression that I applied when I was getting close rather than getting... When you're doing sales, you shoot as hard as you can right in the beginning.
Yeah.
And how you close that deal is how you finesse that ball into the hole.
That's true. I never thought of it that way, because often enough I hear people saying, no. When I'm on the golf course, I don't really discuss business. The only thing that I do there is just to understand the people that I'm dealing with. And then after the 19th hole, that's when we can take matters further. But the way that you actually describe sales and golf, for me, it makes sense to say, just make sure that you do not lose your target from the get-go and go at it as quickly as you can, but as accurately as you can to make sure that you get the results that you want. So, yeah, your definition in that, it shows that you've been in this thing for quite some time.
Yeah, I'd like to believe so. I mean, there's players that have been at this for a very long time, but I started playing golf in my 30s, my friend. So you can just imagine. I was quite late into it. I was a little bit of a knee jerk in the beginning. You know, guys start when a lot of guys when they start playing golf, you want to play, and then you get the bag. Often it's a down bag from somebody that's been playing for a while, or you go buy yourself one of those cheap 1,000 rand bags called macro.
Yeah.
But then you go play that thing, you go play with that bag, and then it breaks in the first few weeks, and then you find something better. So I had a little bit of a knee jerk, but I had a bag for a long time before I actually started using it. I went in and out, you pop into a game over there, into the range over here, and then eventually started playing. I think I've been playing for probably about 7-8 years now, consistently.
Awesome. And there's a question I forgot to ask. I'm sorry about that. So, understanding that you're saying you started playing in your 30s, but before actually going in hard, you already had the equipment. What was it that stopped you or that restricted you from actually being a regular from the get-go?
I think it's probably two things. Number one, I didn't give it time. Number two, I didn't have a home, in inverted commas. Guys, golfing can get very expensive. And getting a membership into a golf club often is how guys get into golf.
Yeah.
You either grew up next to your golf course that's got a membership, and then you had clubs, and someone in your family, typically either your father, your uncle, somebody would have played, and then you'd end at that golf course as a result of that. A lot of the guys that started playing younger, especially the black guys, they either had a dad, an uncle, or somebody in the family, or that got them into the golf course. So for me, I guess to an extent I had access, because early 2000s into the past 2010, there was access to golf clubs, and I think there started being a lot more golf courses available at a reasonable rate to be able to go play there.
Yeah.
So it was that, and then secondly, I didn't, like I said, a home. For me to start playing more, I had more and more friends starting to get into it, but we were all over the place. And a lot of us were guys that we knew each other from university. And we just decided to come together. And having come together, we formed a club.
Oh, lovely.
And we started playing on random days. It was often Saturday afternoons or Sundays at these public clubs. But the better we got, the more exclusive clubs we started getting into. And having that club, knowing that I've got a group of guys, I'll always find a 4-ball or 2 4-balls, or even as many as 30, 40 guys on a golf course on a Sunday afternoon that I know that are part of the club today, made me able to play a lot more.
Yeah. And what you just said is something that a lot of people actually shy away from, especially when dealing with or talking to someone who's never been exposed to the sport. They often forget to mention the aspect of belonging, a home where you can actually feel comfortable and feel welcomed, because it's different having people that you understand, the people who understand you playing with you, and as compared to playing with someone whom you've never ever played with. That often turns out to be, okay, it's just a game. He's going to play his game, I'm going to play my game, and then afterwards we go our separate ways. So I like the fact that you're mentioning the belonging part, to say that's one of the things that held you back, to say, okay, if I'm getting into this sport, who is it that I know in this space, or where do I feel most likely that I belong to? So big ups to you for mentioning that. It's not a lot of people who would say it upright and say, no. I went to this particular course and then it didn't work out. I didn't feel like I'm part of it.
So, whatever sport you play, often you need some kind of a home. You find that guys play as part of this particular club, and maybe a group of social guys playing Sunday league football. Even to go play tennis, you're not gonna go play tennis by yourself.
Yeah.
So as much as a lot of guys, some people, guy out of his house was playing. Even those guys end up as a part of a particular club. Often they'll pick a club that's close to their house, and then by doing that, by being a member of their club, you get members days. Then you start meeting people that you can play with.
Yeah.
And then a particular club. I'm very blessed to
No. But for the most part,
playing together, and yeah.
All right. Sorry, you were breaking there. I'm sorry to interject. Can you hear me, Q? All right, Q. I think what I actually want to find out from you, initially, before actually finding a home and getting that back, what led you or what drew you to this sport particularly?
Interest.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just experiencing technical issues. Just give
I don't
us
know what was going on with golf.
Q, can I ring you in 2 minutes? I think we just are missing each other due to network, if you don't mind.
I want to tell you something. When you got deep again, deep again, got my heart skip the beats, and you got deep again, deep again, deep again, deep again. Just gorgeous absence, despiteful distance, missing smiles and laughter, commemorating skipping heartbeats, monumental moments, remarkable flammable echoes, acceptable ashes. You got my heart deep again, and you got deep again, deep again. Got my heart.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that technical glitch, but I believe that we've got it sorted out. Our guest is still on the line. Hey, Q, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
100% Q. Sorry about that. I don't know what was happening to our network, the site. But I missed the last part. But my question was before buying the bag or getting the bag and getting into golf, what actually drew you to the sport apart from any other facet of sport there is?
So a very good friend of mine actually gave me the bag, so I didn't actually go buy a bag. But before getting to golf, I've always been into sports. I watched golf. Obviously, a lot of us saw this black guy that was doing amazing things in the early 2000s and late 90s. So I got to see Tiger Woods on TV, and as a result of this black guy that's dominating the sport, I got watching, but I didn't understand it. I found it a little bit boring, but it was always interesting to watch this dude do his thing.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, in the early 2000s, we really didn't have great TV. I don't think I grew up with DSTV. So this was, I mean, in varsity, I didn't have DSTV at home growing up. So in varsity, you'd catch the highlights, and it would always be the exciting thing about how Tiger Woods won 1, 2, 3 thing.
Yeah.
So it was always interesting. And then when you finish studying and then you start working a little bit, and then you hear that one of your friends play golf, and then, you know, you ask him to invite you, and then we go to the range, and then, you know, before you know it, I have a bag that's a hand down from him.
Oh,
and
lovely.
yeah, there wasn't, I can't say to you, this is the thing that got me into golf. I think I was always interested in sport, and golf was one of them.
Yeah.
So as a result, it just came naturally. Even getting onto the course itself, I mean, I didn't have big issues, playing golf. A lot of people struggle with first things first, hitting the ball. You know, I never missed the ball. I never had issues of missing the ball even when I started, because I played hockey in high school.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So the hand-eye coordination was always solid there. So my golf was, the basis of my golf comes from hockey. So even my swing is not as long as you'd find the typical golf swing. But my brother, if you cannot drive, you take a lot, eh? So, I can hit quite long, and you know, the golf just developed from there. I couldn't hit it straight. That's where my problem was. Not that I can hit straight now, but
no, man.
I try. But now it's at 14 handicap straight.
No, but you know what I like? I like the fact that you actually applied skills from a different sporting code into golf. Like as you said, you were playing hockey, and the hand-eye coordination, I think that's the most important thing that these two sports actually share, to say, okay, you need to make sure that you hit the target or you hit the ball before you even move your eyes. So with that on its own, a lot of people are struggling with that. Even people who've been playing for years, they still get to struggle with that sometimes, because we often want to see where the ball is going instead of seeing where the club makes contact with the ball.
Definitely.
No, 100%. So golf replaced hockey for you, if we can put it in layman terms.
It did. I mean, I stopped hockey for a good decade before I even picked up a golf club, but it was always there.
Okay. No, man, this is a very interesting story. I often hear people say, no, my friend or my colleague and all of that, but for the fact that you always follow the sport, it's just obviously that little notch from getting that back to say, listen, man, now consider me as a sport. I believe that golf was speaking to you to say, consider me now, and let's see how far we can take it. And I like the fact that right now you're playing more often, and from a business point of view, I would presume that there's a lot that happens on the golf, as a lot of people would say for you.
Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't happen on the golf course. It happens after the golf course.
Hundreds.
Or it happens before the golf. Or, no, often after the golf course.
Yeah.
You meet guys on the golf course. If you get to play on corporate golf days, you might meet some people you've never met before. But often we don't talk business on the course. You meet people on the course. Then you sit down at the 19th, and then you understand, what other people do, and see if there's any synergies. And then the conversations will follow after that. Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't happen on the golf course. People will say, you go sign deals on the golf course. I don't know, man. Maybe they are there. Maybe I'm missing the windows.
Yeah.
But I've never heard of someone walking onto a golf course with a 20-page contract that comes off the course signed.
No, that's very true. And I've heard a lot of people saying to me, listen, when I'm on the golf course, I don't want to talk business. This is my time to unwind from everything and everyone, because if we are to be very honest, a lot of people who actually play golf are people who don't really have time outside work and family. So for you to actually be able to spend that 5 hours with someone whom you've been trying to get the attention, and you want to discuss business there, I think it would be the wrong move. Maybe rather just get introductions to say, okay, this is who I am, and this is who that person is, and then, like you're saying, after that round of golf, then you can proceed and do whatever you need to do.
100%. On the golf course is where we build the relationships. And like you said earlier on, that's where you get to assess what people are like.
Yeah.
You see them in the golf course. You see how they approach things, and often that resonates into how they live their lives.
And I like the fact that you're bringing this back, because there's one question I never ask people, and for those listening out there, I'm sorry, but I think I really need to ask this. I hear that, okay, golf teaches you honesty, integrity, and all of those things. But from your side, Q, have you come across a dodgy person on the golf course?
Oh, my brother, I've come across many dodgy people. many dodgy people on the golf course. I hope most of your listeners understand what golf scoring is like. But when you get to the end of the end of the day, and you hear someone has shot 48 points, and you have to ask yourself, one of two things is wrong there. For you to get 48 points, it means you didn't just have a good day. You had
hammered the course.
A day that you didn't hammer the course, my man. You can't play 12 shots better than you. Playing 12 under is just ridiculous. To play 12 under your handicap is insane. So guys cheat, man. And you also find guys that, let me not say guys cheat, but yes, you've come across a lot of dodgy people. Have you ever heard of what a hand wedge is? I've seen guys do something called a hand wedge.
What is that?
You know what a hand wedge is? Guys, someone will go into the bunker, and then they'll swing. There'll be no sand, but there's ball on the ball is on the green, and they come out of there, and there's another ball in their pocket, and you ask yourself, Mara, what did you hit in there? Because someone swung, they threw the ball on the green, and they pick up the one in the bunker and they slot it in their pocket, and Or you see guys play their ball into the bushes, and suddenly you hear, found it.
Yeah,
I mean, come on,
and it's a different name.
We saw that ball is gone. But it always reveals itself. So no matter how much you drop that integrity value, it'll show itself. There's a guy who likes to say at our golf club, he likes to say the handicap is reporting. Yeah. Because no matter how much cheating you do, it's going to reveal itself. Somewhere it's going to reveal itself. And you're only cheating yourself, right? 100%. You still have to score that card.
And I mean, just to follow up on that, I mean, if you are playing with someone like that, let's say you've been trying to get a meeting with this person or meet them and discuss whatever you want to discuss with them. After such incidences, do you feel like proceeding, or you're like, this thing is not going to go anyway?
I'm a sales guy, my chief. I will always proceed. It's just I will now proceed differently. I will proceed with caution. The strategy will be different. You think I'm watching you with the one on the left, but I'm watching you with both.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. So you just start approaching that person slightly different, because now this is a person lacks a level of integrity.
Yeah.
If you're gonna trust them, how do you trust them?
No, 100%. No. I just wanted to find out, because I've had so many conversations with golfers, with people who would like to get into golf, or people who would say, "Nah, golf is the way." Then I never asked this question, but today, for some reason, it just came to mind to say, listen, man, Q, I want to find out. I know we can't all be honest on the golf course. There needs to be someone who's tricky. But how do we then deal with those tricks if we have certain interests in working with these people in future? So I like your view on it, to say it's not about judging, but just make sure that you approach with caution moving forward after such an experience.
My friend, you'll find, that there are good people out there, but they are pathological liars. So you'll find that, this thing, you just got to tread differently. You tread differently, and you understand how you got to tread with these people. Some people may not be able to handle it, but I think I'm quite I'm quite flexible enough to be able to adapt. Is that what I'm looking for? I think I'm adaptive. I think I'm adaptive in a way that I'm able to thrive whatever the situation brings forward.
No, 100%. Q, let's take a 2-minute break, get some refreshment, and then after 2 minutes, we're going to get back into it. And guess what? I will put you on the spot. I like putting people on the spot, but it won't be anything out of context. It will still be golf related. So please brace yourself for that in the next 2 minutes.
I'm ready.
Awesome.
In a world where fairways meet the airwaves, where birdies and banker collide, welcome to the show that takes you beyond the clubhouse and onto the green. This is Balls and Tees, your passport to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt has its punchline. Get ready to step onto the lush greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
Dear listener, please note that a pre-recorded session will be uploaded on Spotify at the end of the live session.
Are you ready?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is still the one and only Tony Tone on Balls and Tees. And like I always say, guys, if you want to amplify your business, if you want people in our space or in our market to understand what services you provide, please holler at us and let's see how we can help you put your business on the map and make sure that you attract the right people. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am still joined by Kamokhelo Q on the line. And this is the moment of truth where I put Q on the spot. Q, are you still there?
I'm right here.
All right.
I wonder what spot this is that you're putting me in.
No, man, it's a pedestal, presidential.
I love it. Does it have a crown? Can I pick up the crown and put it on me?
100%.
It's the king's corner. You can call it the King Q's corner.
Yeah. Nah, man, I'm just playing. I'm not going to put you on the spot. I think for the most... The one thing that I would like to understand, like for you, what really works when we're talking about the sport itself, right? You did mention that you've got a background in hockey and that helped a lot, but on a daily routine, or if you are to approach the driving range or even getting into the golf course, what would you say are the key things that really, really work for you? Whether it be arriving late or hitting a few balls, or it be how you address the ball. What do you think really, really works for you overall?
You spoke about a driving range. My friends don't like it when I say this, or good golfers don't like it when I say this, but I don't go to the driving range, my friend. I know how to strike a ball. I know how to swing a club. So for that reason, I don't go to the range. If I go to the range, you must know that I'm struggling with something, and that particular thing is the thing that I'm going to work on. So my golfing routine involves me getting up, and going straight to the tee box. I hardly warm up. I'll putt a little bit. If I get to the course that I'm not familiar with, I'll hit the greens. I'll putt a little bit just to feel what the greens are like. And then, like I said, get lucky packet. Even me, I don't know what I'm going to get when I get there. So when we get to the tee box, we're going to find out together what kind of golf is coming out. Today I might strike the ball like I'm a 6 handicap. Tomorrow I might strike it like I'm a 20 handicap. But I think my golf has been problematic in the same area for the longest time. It's that region of, I think, about 50, between 50 and, let me say, sub 70 meters, under 70 meters, where I need to be finessing. I'm a lot stronger on the green than I am with my wedges. So maybe I should be working on it, but it's not even a time thing. I just don't like going to the range. I don't think it's fun. I go to the golf course. I play golf. My golf got better by me playing golf.
Not practicing.
You can go to no, practice, Chief. No. It's got its people. Don't get me wrong. It's got its people. People go into the course, they develop the swing, they work on this thing, and that other thing, man, I know that I can hit my driver consistently between 260 and 300 meters on average, depending on the season and the conditions that I'm playing in.
Yeah.
Maybe even longer.
Jesus.
But once I hit it into that space, I'm within my iron space, and I think I'm okay with my irons. You know, I'm struggling at this moment with my golf on short game, and my irons are inconsistent. When I fixed, there's a thing that I fixed which made my irons inconsistent, but they're consistently inconsistent, if that makes sense. You know, it's either I'm hitting it dead straight or I'm drawing it too much. So I can go to the range and work on that, but I hate it there. So I'll find out on the course. I'd rather play today, tomorrow, and the day after that until my body can't take it anymore than go to the range.
Yeah. No. So I just want to find out, like, you know, often I see people, they are, I don't know, man, they look like pros on the driving range. And I think this is where you're coming from to say, I'd rather play because there's like left dog leg, right dog leg, there's water, then all of those things. But when you're on the driving range, you just hit. Sometimes you don't even look at the direction. You look at the distance to say, you know, give or take. So I like your concept. However, I believe that for those wedges, please just maybe visit once in a month. Then start there.
Hey, I'll try, but I'm not convinced. We can go to the course. If I go to the range and only hit wedges and then play 18 holes, that's different. That's the only time I can go to the range.
Yeah.
But for me to go there and just pick a Wednesday afternoon before I come talk to you on balls and tees and go hit the wedge, for an hour. I didn't get to hit my driver. I didn't get to go down the fairway.
Yeah.
I didn't get to apply a whole strategy. You know, so you can apply it. Some people say they go to the range and then they'll play the range like they would play a course. So he'll get on the tee box and hit his driver. After hitting the driver, depending on how he hits it, he'll know which club he would typically play. If he needs to be punching out, he'll punch out a particular way.
Yeah.
Some people say take 2-3 clubs to the course, to the range, and only work on those 2-3 clubs. But I find myself bored, man. I mean, a bucket of balls. I mean, before you know it, I'm trying to see how long I can hit my driver for. And then I start, breaking that swing of that driver. So, nah. It's okay, but I'll try because you asked me so nicely.
And then, as you know, some of our audience don't really play golf, and there's certain golf jargon that we've been using. Ne? Now, for someone who's a long hitter such as yourself, and you mentioned something very critical to say, listen, I don't really pay attention to what's happening. I will hit what I hit on the tee box. I'm not really fussy about hitting irons and all of those things. If I hit a driver, I hit a driver. Now, if we're facing a dog leg kind of hole, right? Is there a different approach to it? And then, secondly, if you don't mind clarifying for our audience what exactly a dog leg is. So,
a dog leg is a hole that would typically be it turns in a particular direction. Can be dog leg left means the fairway, or rather the hole itself, turns left at some point towards the green, or starts straight and then turn left, or a dog leg right would be the opposite of that. So if it's a dog leg that can take a driver, I'll hit a driver. If it can't take a driver, then yes, I'll definitely shorten my iron. If it's a dog leg that goes over trees or over water, which I can fly because of my distance, or you better believe I'm flying. I'm definitely trying to fly. You better believe I'm flying. There's no, like I said, for me, it's we get onto we get onto the course and it's pedal flat all the way. The only time there's no mercy. Pedal flat is. There's no mercy. It's pedal flat all the way. The only time my pedal is not flat is when I'm going to the flag. If I'm going towards the flag, I'm hitting long.
Yeah. No. I like your concept. I think I should start applying the same kind of concept.
Hey, you must have the stomach for it, because you must know the mistakes are painful also. There's no small mistakes when you play golf like I do.
Yeah. You reckon?
No, there's no small mistakes. But like I said, you get bad breaks from good shots, and you get good breaks from bad shots.
But if I was to ask you, Q, since playing golf, what has been the most? What would you describe as the most terrible shot you've played?
I don't think I have an answer for you, but I can tell you what is the one thing that I struggled the most with. When I started playing golf, man, I struggled with putting. I could not putt to save my life because I needed to be able to tame that part of my golf.
Yeah.
That's the most tame part of the golf. So I've kept everything else. I could hit the ball long. I could hit the ball aggressively. I could, I'd use I'd use a very different iron from the people that I'm playing with, but I couldn't putt. I couldn't putt to save my life. I was hitting it too hard. So the worst shots I've ever hit have been on the green. There's been some wayward tee shots, but tee shots are very forgivable.
Yeah.
If you hit a bad putt, it hurts more than the bad tee shot.
No, 100%. No, and then tell me, Q, man, for the past 2 weeks, we've had guests, and we always spoke about barriers to golf, especially for people who aren't really exposed to the sport. Seeing that you are inside the sport, if you were to look from within to the outside, what would you say that we are failing as golfers and as golf courses to actually attract more people into the sport? The guys mentioned this whole thing of people being dressed like black pimps. People are always chasing fashion in golf. People buying expensive equipment. People, from a coaching perspective, people making lessons very expensive. What has been what's the one thing that you can identify to say we as the current golfing community are making it difficult for others to also experience what we go through, the love that we have for the sport?
I don't think the barriers, there's a bigger barrier than the finances that are required for golf. It can be reasonable in inverted commas. If you were to spend 5-6 hours socially on a weekend, it can be reasonable, but it can be as expensive as you can ever want it to be. Like I said, my first set of clubs, I got them for free. My second set of clubs, I think I played something like 3,000-4,000 rand at the pro shop. They were on special. They were beginner clubs. And then my third set of clubs, which I've been using now for the last 4 or 5 years, is the set that I bought when I broke 90. After I broke 90, I bought this bag. But it was also a journey in my own finances. I started off playing. If you know Leeuwkop here in Kalami sites, there's a course called Leeuwkop. It's right next to the prison. It's been shut down now. And at the time, it was reasonable to play there. There's still some reasonable courses, but to go play at a Steyn City, it's been very exclusive. I haven't personally never played Steyn City, purely because of the accessibility of Steyn City. But there are courses that you can access. But I think most importantly for me, man, I don't think it's about the barriers of entry for guys our age as such. I think a lot more can be done by the golf courses and by those that are already in the sport to bring in a lot more younger guys. There's so much talent that's out there for golf, that we can bring up and give access to young black guys, especially that would like to get into the sport. I think the barrier is a lot more onto the black guys in South Africa. I mean, I stand corrected, we have the most golf courses per capita in the world, based on our land size in South Africa. However, at the same time, you go to the golf course and if you see a young black person on the golf course, we get so excited. We have an aspiration as my club to bring up, one or two guys on an annual basis that we can groom and if we need to find a way to sponsor them and get them into the sport successfully and get them to become pros. I mean, you see guys that are in their late 20s trying to become pro. I mean, how young are the pros now that we're watching on TV today? They're the same age, and guys are still trying to make their card in South Africa.
Yeah.
So it's got a lot to do with it's for me, it's more important to bring in the younger guys rather than people that are our age. I think people my age, if you're already into your workspace, yeah, it would be great to get you into the sport.
Hello, Q.
But maybe in terms of you, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Hello.
I say so much. Yeah, you find
to the golfing universe, where every swing tells a story and every putt's punchline. Get ready to step onto the lush greens and dive into the world of divots, drives, and delightful banter.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. We still have our guest on the line. Q, are you with me?
I am with you, my brother. Welcome back.
100%. My apologies about that. So from your side, you're mentioning that the biggest hurdle is just from both the golf courses and the players who are already within the space to say, guys, how can we make it more comfortable and more accessible from a financial point of view, if I got you correct?
100%. 100% that.
Hundreds.
Bring in the younger guys. I'd like to. The barriers we need to be focusing on are the barriers of getting the younger guys, the kids, into sports, so that we can get more guys onto the PGA Tour that are young South Africans into the PGA.
100%. The same way that we actually have passion for soccer, let's develop that passion for golf as the mid age to late age, if I can put it that way, to the seniors. Let's develop the same passion for golf and develop the youngins within our communities. Now, Q, I've got one interesting question for you here to say, your ideal golf outing. What would you say defines your ideal golf outing for yourself and your entire football? Something that will remain in your memory for time. Something that you will easily remember. When you think of golf, you're like, if I can have a day like that again, what would you say, or how would you define it?
Very difficult for me to say, man, but my club, Golf Gods, we do 2 tours a year. We do a tour in the middle of the year in May, and a second tour, year-end tour we do a year-end tour in November. And looking back at the tours that we've done, and we also do random invitationals here and there. So probably the best tour that we've done was probably the tour in KZN South Coast, or a trip to Botswana. We did a trip to Botswana last year.
Oh, lovely.
But the trip to Botswana was very interesting. The golf courses were not that great. It was like playing a little bit of a bush course that you find here in South Africa, like a Seasons type of courses. But just being there was just so, it was such a great experience. I mean, we normally play somewhere between 3 and 4 games on our tours, and every evening it's a whole lot of banter. It's a whole lot of catching up on the golf course, on the golf day itself. It's catching up with the guys that I spend a lot of my time with. Typically, we're somewhere between 12 and 20, maybe 24 guys on a tour, and we're there for 4 or 5 days.
Wow.
Yeah, between those two tours, probably one of the best came out of them.
Awesome stuff, man. Q, I have consumed a lot of your time today, but I think that there's a lot that I learned from you as well as our audience. But now that moment of truth has finally come, where I would really, really like to ask you to share some words of wisdom with our audience before leaving them. Most particularly those who just got into this space, and maybe just guide them into how they can become the best versions of themselves when it comes to the golf course.
I don't think I have words of wisdom for you, but what I can say is repeat myself. You know, the game of golf is the closest you're gonna get to the game of life. Pick up your golf clubs and go out there. Hope to meet you on the fairways. Hope to meet you on the greens. Grab your bag. Forget about the range. Get to the course. You know, start at the range. Don't go embarrass yourself. Start at the range. Definitely start at the range. Learn how to hit a ball. Once you learn how to hit a ball, don't take too long before you get to the course. And the more you play, the more you get better at it.
100%. You know, I was just waiting for that part, because if you didn't mention it, I was just going to say, guys, stop wasting time in the range and then go straight into the course.
So start there. Once you know how to hit a ball, forget about the range, because what counts is what we put in when we get to the 18th hole.
100%.
And you can't put in the range score doesn't get onto the course scorecard. No, man. I'm more interested in the one that comes out of the scorecard.
Yeah. No. Q, I want to say thank you once again, and I just want to say my apologies for the technical glitches that we had, but it's been nice chatting with you, and I am sure after today, everyone that's listening is looking forward to playing with you, because they want to see this long distance you're talking about. Because there's people who are sitting somewhere and be like, hey, he hasn't seen me.
No, come see me, and we can go measure lengths on the course.
No, I like that.
My brother, it's been lovely chatting to you too. It would be inappropriate for me to not speak about the rest of what I do. So, like I said, my business is called Jabari Africa. You can check us out. It's www.jabari.africa. We do business development, we do relationship development, we focus on advisory and partnerships with clients. That's what we do.
Awesome. And then is there perhaps any method that people can get hold of you, maybe an email or contact number?
Sure. 100%. You can email me on info@jabari.africa. And the phone number is 078-686-1527. But easier, drop me an email. You can find me there, or WhatsApp on 078-686-1527.
Awesome stuff. Mr. Rabolele, once again, thank you. And I look forward to meeting with you and playing a round of golf. I want us to hit these balls.
I look forward to a follow-up interview on the golf course.
Most
we'll
definitely.
record it on the golf course. Get your microphone set up. We'll set it up on the golf cart and bring something that is going to be punished through the course.
No, 100%. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ask my guys to put hidden cameras on the course. We want to do something there.
I look forward to it. You're going to see something.
Yeah, we want to see a couple of things. You know, I'm not such a good golfer.
I can guarantee you're going to see something. You will always see something.
100%, my brother.
All right, man.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
You too. Have a great one.
All right, bye. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is our guest for today, Mr. Kamogelo Q Rabolele, and my apologies for initially butchering his surname. I just want to share a few things that I do in my spare time, guys. So I know it's off record, but I think I need to share this with you guys so that you understand the amount of love I have for this sport. I'm actually married to this sport. So firstly, I play golf. I'll watch people play golf, and then I would then research golf. Then obviously on Wednesdays I talk about golf. After talking about golf on Wednesdays, I think about golf because there's a lot of events coming up in the future that I'll be sharing the details with you. And lastly but not least, sometimes I even dream about golf. So I need a golf counselor, someone who can actually take or help me reduce this addiction that I have for this lovely sport. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to share the upcoming golf days with you, and I look forward to seeing you. Last week, Friday, I was at Duinfen Golf Course, and man, we had a lot of fun. The golfers there did that thing, and big ups to Sivuile, who won the golf day. My predictions were right, Sivuile. After the first 9, you came number 3, and then last 9, you showed them. So big ups to you, and big ups to the organizers of that golf day. I look forward to attending more and more golf days. Guys, remember, if you'd like us to come through and cover your golf day or be a part of your golf day, we are more than delighted to support you. So with regards to the upcoming events, we've got the Soweto Golf Festival that is taking place at Soweto Country Club, and this will be on the 11th of October 2024. If you'd like to get more information about it, please contact Sandra on 071 471 7876. So that's 071 471 7876. And then after that, we've got Katleho's Charity Golf Day, which is taking place on the 20th of September, and that's at the club at Stein City. So basically, this event will be taking place at Stein City, and that's on the 20th of September. For more information, please make sure that you contact Katleho Kelapide on 067 793 8033, 076 793 8033. Following that, we've got the annual Alio Golf Day. This word is very demure. It's confusing me, man. Annual Alio, annual Allure Golf Day that's taking place at Orkney Golf Club on the 25th of October. And to RSVP, please contact 060 619 1317, 060 619 1317. Afterwards, we have the Maketa Mazibuko Fundraiser Golf Day that's taking place on the 9th of October at Killarney Country Club. So if you are around, come through. Let's all enjoy and have fun. I will definitely be at all these golf days, by the way. So yeah, I'd like to have a chat with you as a player, with you as a spectator, and with you as the organizer. So I look forward to meeting and chilling with you guys. For the Maketa Mazibuko Fundraiser Golf Day, please contact Temba Mazibuko on 079 175 3729, 079 175 3729. Lastly but not least, we've got our very own Medical Professionals Golf Day, which is the Steve Biko Academic Hospital Fundraising Golf Day, and it's taking place on the 15th of November at Waterkloof Country Club. That's the Steve Biko Academic Hospital Fundraising Day, Golf Day, 15th November, Waterkloof Country Club. And to RSVP, please contact Nwabisa Noguba on 082 484 0262, 082 484 0262. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I think I am allowed to say the weekend has officially started. So if you're working tomorrow, like I asked you at the beginning of the show, stay tuned so that you would find out exactly what needs to happen if you're working tomorrow. So if you're working tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, make sure that you go to our social media pages on Facebook and Instagram. Pop me an inbox and I will tip you. I won't say it on a public platform. But if you're working on Friday, then it won't just be you popping me an inbox. It will be you popping me an inbox and obviously being part of the show next week to say, guys, let's address this matter. You can't work Monday to Friday and start your weekend on Friday, because Friday is too close to Monday, but Monday is very far from Friday. So the weekend is officially starting today. Signing out, the one and only Tony Tone the Magician. I love you guys, and I look forward to playing and seeing with you on the golf courses.
The Magician.